Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Cruz and welcome back to another video. This one's long overdue. This is me reacting to your pedalboards part 2. Before we get started, you guys know the deal. Please do all of the things that help this channel grow. Like this video, comment, and subscribe below. Hit the bell notification icon so you get alerts every single time I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get started. Really quickly, just to give you the background, the origin of this entire series here, I'm going to link the original video right up here. Where I basically put out a post one day on Instagram and I think on YouTube and just said, hey, you want to be a part of my videos? Send me your pedal boards and I'll react to them. And I got so many submissions, whether it's through email or direct messages on Instagram, that I literally couldn't fit them all in that first video. Not to mention that you guys kept sending me more submissions even after I had already recorded the video. So that's, I don't know, it was such an honor to have that happen, and it was so cool to see the reaction from this community, and I actually really love it. So a little side note, if you still want to submit your pedal boards, I will still take entries. You can visit my website at jcruzproject.org, or you can email me directly at jcruzproject@gmail.com. If you happen to follow me on social media, you can also follow me and message me there. You can catch me on Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok, all at jcruzproject. Just like in the first video, I'm going to be looking at these submissions for the first time right now. Even though I see them when they come in, I screenshot them and I just look away very quickly and I respond to the people who submitted. There were 1 or 2 submissions that actually got stuck in my spam folder, so I was delayed in responding to you all, but I hope you all got my responses. Thank you all so much again for submitting. Now let's get started. This first submission comes from Terrence. Terrence, thank you so much. It's a sweet rig. Not only are you showing me your pedal board, but you're showing me your guitars. Very, very versatile. You have a Fender Telecaster and what looks to be like a Fender Strat as well. Just looking at your pedal board, I can tell you have a 2-in-1 of some sort. Can't quite tell what it is. It reminds me of like a JHS double barrel type of thing, but I could be wrong. You let me know, Terrence, in the comment section, just like in the first video. You guys got to let me know what I'm missing here. But you have a Tumnus Deluxe, which is amazing. A few more EQ options, which I love. You have the Keeley compressor, which is amazing. The Pog, a Polytune Mini, a full-sized volume pedal. Ernie Ball at that. I know people shy away from Ernie Ball volume pedals, but I still love them. I still think that they're the best feeling of all of the volume pedals that exist out there. You have the Timeline going into the big sky. You're also using an RV from Boss, which is amazing, and it looks like you're going out into the Iridium. Really, really awesome rig. Thank you so much, Terrence, for your submission. Moving on, we're going to look at an email submission from Andrew Stevens. Andrew Stevens, you've got a hefty pedal board here. You have the Ego compressor, that's the mini. You have a Power Stack, a Mayflower. You have a full-size sub and up, which I'm sure you're using for some of your octave stuff. Totally get it. It looks like you have an Electro Harmonics tuner. I didn't know that Electro Harmonics had a tuner like that, and it seems compact. It seems really nice. I wonder how accurate it is. You can tell us in the comment section. You have a 1981 overdrive. You have the Walrus Ages, I think that's what it's called. A flashback. You're going into an RV 500. You have the Hall of Fame 2 as well, so you must really like reverb and ambient stuff, because 2 pretty decent size reverb pedals in my opinion. And then you're going into a simplified, I believe that's what it's called, which is another form of direct out. Those 2 pedals in the middle, I don't know of that company. They don't look very familiar to me. One I believe says double on it, one says wild something. Those switches are kind of hiding the names there, so I don't know what they are. So school us on that, what those 2 pedals are. I'm interested in knowing what they are, what they do for you, what they sound like. It's possibly a company that I've never heard of. So Andrew, let me know in the comment section what those pedals are. Thank you again for your submission. Awesome rig. This next submission came to my email as well from Juan. Juan is sporting a really cool looking flat board here. It has the handles on it, so I'm almost inclined to say that it could be the Gator ones, the Gator flat boards with the that they come with the live-in flight cases, but you correct me if I'm wrong. You're doing a whole lot with this rig here. You have the mini volume pedal, you have the full-blown wah pedal, you have the Korg tuner, you have your splitting signal, then you're going into a Moore. Maybe you're using that as a preamp style pedal, or maybe a first stage gain drive. You have a Maxon, you have the JHS Morning Glory, one of my personal favorites, the Sweet Honey overdrive. This is a company, Mad Professor, that I think kind of, you know, really made a lot of noise and then kind of disappeared within the pedal community pretty fast. I personally don't know much about the company, but I do know of their pedals and their products, and they were really, really awesome, and they ended up on a lot of people's pedal boards. So kudos to you for having one of those as well. But the star of the show here is clearly the Boss ES5. You guys know it was one of my personal favorites for a long time and sat on my board for a very long time. And of course, you're going out of the HX Stomp. So one, I guess what I really need to know more or less is what you're doing with this rig. What do you have splitting? How are you using everything? What are you using the Moore pedal for? It could be just a first stage again. And the other thing I missed too is that Nobles Mini. Honestly, guys, you have never heard of a Nashville guitarist not using a Nobles overdrive. And when they came out with that mini version, I was very, very, very tempted to buy it. But I held back, as Lord knows I have too many overdrives as it is. Thank you again for your submission, Juan. This next submission comes from Bryant. Bryant, thank you so much. You emailed me as well. In Bryant's own words, your classic P&W type of rig, praise and worship. I actually kind of disagree, because that volume pedal is not necessarily the most common of them all here. So you do have a little bit of a different flavor here from your typical worship board. You have the Bloom version 1, just like I do, or at least it looks like the version 1. Going into a volume, you're using the DPC Micro as well as the Morningstar MC3. So need to know what's going on there. Maybe you're using it to extend your MC3, so let me know how you're using that. You got the Sonic Research mini tuner, the Benson preamp, you've got the Mobius, the holy Strymon Trinity. You got the Mobius, the Big Sky, and the Timeline. You can't go wrong with that. And you have a Kilt. Honestly, an amazing rig here. Very straight to the point, but you are covering a lot of tones here with those pedal choices. So congratulations on that. It looks like a phenomenal rig, and I'm sure it sounds amazing. This next submission came from my boy. His name is Jason, just like me. In case you guys don't know, my real name is actually Jason, but no one ever calls me that. People even forget that. Everyone has called me Jay since I could even remember, from birth, basically. But yes, another Jason. Man, you've got an amazing rig, dude. We follow each other on Instagram, and he submitted his submission kind of late, but I definitely wanted to make sure I featured him because I think this rig is amazing. So he's got a nice, tidy live-in flight case here. He's going into the it looks to be the TU3 chromatic tuner, Boss chromatic tuner that goes into the volume pedal. He's got the carbon copy. He's got the Avalanche by Earthquaker Devices. He's of course using the Boss ES5, into the Big Sky. He's got the HX Stomp. I love how you've chosen the pink colors on your HX Stomp. But yeah, so clearly, I mean, you're doing a lot with this rig. For whatever reason though, the pedal that's sticking out to me is that Boss Octave, that OC5. It's just one of those pedals that you either see it on people's boards or you don't. Those who know, they know. But it seems like in the modern day octave choices, a lot of people are going for the Pog, the Sub and Up, or the Electro Harmonics Pitchfork. They all do kind of slightly different things or flavored differently, but I think one of the originators of the people who did it absolutely great from the beginning was Boss, and this was that version. I don't know if that's an old school version, like a vintage version, or if it's just a newer reissue, which is fine as well. But either way, this rig is amazing. Thank you so much for submitting it. I also love your cable management. It seems like everything is nice and tidy. I'm truly honored to feature you on this channel. Thank you so much for your submission, bro. This next classy submission comes from Chris Stone. This is another email submission. This is another really, really cool rig. You are going into a Cali 76. I recently reviewed the Bloom by Jackson Audio. I'll link the video right up here. And I think I briefly mentioned in that video how I was kind of narrowing down my choices between the Cali 76 and the Bloom. I simply decided on the Bloom because I felt it gave me more options, but I am a huge fan of the Cali 76 because I'm a huge fan of the 1176 compression style compressors. To me, it's like the original of compression. So I always liked the idea, and I always heard how Origin Effects did a really good job with that. The OC5, again, it makes its way onto this pedal board as well. You've got the Juliana. I just reviewed the Julia last week. Here's the link right there. Looks like you're controlling most of your MIDI through your MC6. The HX Stomp. You got the Strymon Volante, the Big Sky. You're clearly getting amazing tones out of here. What's really awesome about this rig right here is how MIDI controllable everything is. You've chosen very strategically to get the most out of your tones here. So kudos to you. I'm sure you've got a really unique way of how you're running everything and how to access everything on the fly. So Looks like a really nice clean pedal board. This next submission comes from Lewis Class. You've included your guitar in here, and that Gretsch looks beautiful. That red sparkle, oh my gosh, the Bigsby. Great guitar. Looks really awesome. I'm sure you're getting amazing tones out of there. You have a pretty simplistic rig, but at the same time really powerful. You're going into a polytune, into your Keeley compressor. You're going into your volume pedal that goes into the double barrels, one of my very favorites. You're using the newer version of the double barrel, which I think is super smart, because then you just attach the red switch to it and you can basically get a boost out of there. So you have your first stage, second stage, you could add a third stage by stacking those two pedals together. Then you can hit the red remote switch to add the boost side on the Morning Glory. So that's a really compact, nice overdrive section. You're controlling all of your MIDI through the micro. I'm sure you're getting all of your features out of the HX Stomp for that. Another white HX Stomp. What's going on? I didn't know that was a thing, man. Everybody's got one now. You have a booster on there. You got the Candy Mix, which I'm sure is just like your pick holder, which is really awesome. But here's one thing that Lewis is using that I haven't seen too many people use, and he's using the head rush. I'm sure you're using that sort of as a monitoring system as well. And that's a really great way to transition or still feel like you're using an amp by using a head rush or a speaker that's catered to your output of like something like the HX Stomp. You get that air movement. You could feel it. You could hear it in a way that goes beyond just hearing it maybe in your in-ears, for example. So really classy rig. Thank you for your submission, Lewis. This next submission comes via Instagram from Scott. Scott, I'm not even gonna look at your rig just yet. You promised me a picture of you wearing a King and Folk t-shirt that you ordered off of Amazon, and I'm still waiting for it, bud. So make sure you submit that before you submit pictures of your pedal board here. Kidding. Thank you for submitting your pedal board. First, let's look at the guitar case. I don't know what's in it. Clearly, it doesn't matter because you have stickers on your case. Guys, I have to admit something to you that I have not admitted to a lot of people, but anyone in my life knows this, anyone who's in my life personally. One of the best gifts you could ever give me, no joke, stickers. I'm a massive fan of stickers. I have too many stickers. I put it on everything. This is just the things sitting next to me. Look, this is my SD card holder for all of my SD cards, clearly, right? Full of stickers. My laptop, full of stickers. My computers, my phone cases, my iPad cases, all of it full of stickers. Scott, let's quickly look at your pedal board here. Beautiful. It looks like you got some sort of custom wood board. I'm not sure who makes that, if it was a custom made one or if you bought it from someone, but it looks amazing sitting in this photo. It looks like you have a polytune, you have the broadcast, you got the Cali 76, the mini volume pedal, you got the light speed, still a pedal that I think needs to sit on a lot of boards. That's one of those pedals that I never brought into my own studio because I've always had pedals like the JHS Morning Glory. I feel like that's kind of its competitor, that first stage transparent style drive. But it's an amazing product. You've got the Julia, you got a Protein on there, which looks amazing. Looks like it's a white version, nice. You have the Big Sky, but here's the star of the show for me. You've got a Boss DD20. Not only do you have a Boss DD20, but you're using that old school Boss tap tempo that everyone used to use back in the day with that pedal. Kudos to you, my friend. You're probably using that Strymon switch at the bottom of your board to control or to access presets on the Big Sky, which is really all I love this pedal board. This is like, there's something about it that kind of combines the new school but a little bit of the old school to it. And I know these tones sound great because all of these pedals on here actually are proven, they're tried, they're true. Great job. Love this rig. Thank you for your submission, Scott. This next one comes via Instagram from Joseph Morrison. Joseph, it looks like you sent me two different photos here. One is like your big board, one's your small board. I'm gonna look at your smaller board, your fly rig as you put it. This is a great little compact board. You're using the HX Stomp. Obviously, it's kind of the centerpiece of the whole thing here. You're using the Jet MCX version 2 Bloom, so I'm sure you got that hooked up via MIDI as well as the HX Stomp. You have a mini subbing up and you have a Protein. I'm featuring this board versus your other board because I think it's just so small, so compact, but it's so good. It's so full of great stuff here, so I really like this board. I remember in the first video there was somebody who took the cake with the like aesthetic of their photo. Well, this person does it. This came from ERIK VASQUEZ. ERIK, this aesthetic of this photo looks amazing, like it was professionally shot specifically for pedal board lovers and obsessors all around the world. Look at this rig, it looks amazing. You got the full-size Dunlop volume pedal. You got the Bloom version 2. You're also using a Walrus Audio Aegis, I believe that's what it's called. You got the Broken Arrow version 2 as well. You have a kilt. You've got so much going on. You have the Julia, the Flint. It's like you're controlling MIDI on the Big Sky and the Timeline with that dual MIDI switcher, which is really, really nice. The Benson preamp, the new RC booster with the boost on the side, the POG. I mean, you're doing so much with this rig. It's amazing. And it looks like you're using the Iridium as a separate rig. A friend, Steven Burgos, who does the same thing, he'll have like a separate rig for his Iridium so that he could sometimes use that or also go into an amp, which is really, really dope. So amazing, beautiful rig. Nice. Now I have a secret submission for you. Look at this rig. I can't quite tell you who sent this rig in, but I will say this, he's a really good guy. I know him really, really well. Let's just say you got to come back. Stick around. Watch some of my next few uploads in the upcoming weeks here, because I promise it's gonna get fun. That wraps up part 2 of me reacting to your pedal boards. Everyone, thank you so much for your submissions. Look, feel free to continue sending them in. Again, you can email me, you can message me directly in any of my social media accounts. I will be sure to get back to you as quickly as I can and try my best to feature you in an upcoming video. Please be sure to do all the things that help this channel grow. Like this video, comment and subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. Check out some of the affiliate links in the description box below. Obviously, when you click on those links, it does help this channel out a little bit financially. There's also a link where you can donate directly to the channel if you choose to do so. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.